Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everyone, thanks for joining. We are here in Tallinn for the APBF Predator European Championships. This is day 5. And we're down to the final 2 in the 10 ball for this gold medal match. In the final, we are from Poland, Konrad Juszusin taking on Stefan Kaspers from Germany in a race to 8. My name is Graham Hickman. I'll be talking you through this match with a very special guest indeed, someone who needs a little introduction, Mr. Joshua Filler. How are you? Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm doing great, and also can't wait for a great final.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. They've both been playing very, very well. And I have to say, I've been very impressed with Stefan. I'm sure you know him pretty well, but he's been playing very well this last year over the Euro Tour and improving event by event. You know him very well?
Yeah, well, and also he played in the last Euro Tour. He was also in the final against me, so yeah, he definitely doesn't need any introduction, and he's definitely capable of, pulling it off today.
Yeah, definitely. And I know you know Konrad very well.
Yeah.
He's well established on the scene, won many things, medals, tournaments around the world, and he's been playing very well this week across all disciplines. We're now into the 10 ball, but we have had a bit of straight pool and 8 ball, but he's a very quick player, and I'm sure you've crossed paths many times over the years.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's one of the top Polish players, and everyone who knows all the Polish players, it's always tough action there in Poland because they have players from there. So yeah, but to put pressure on Konrad now. But the good thing is both are used to big matches, so it's definitely a tight match, which is good. And I hope, of course, I'm from Germany, and I hope the best for Stefan in this final.
Yeah, of course, it'd be nice for him to get his first medal. As you say, he's been knocking on the door for some time, and yeah, obviously he played him in the final in the last Euro Tour, but he'd be dying to get his hands on a first place, and he's very capable. I was very impressed watching him in the Euro Tour. First time I'd really seen him play, and he's very consistent, very attacking, likes to take his shots.
Yeah, from what I've heard, he has a little snooker background, so he's not afraid of the long shots. So, which is a good thing, playing 9 ball, 10 ball.
Yeah, 100%. Does have a little bit of work to do in this rack. He's got to make his way down table. He's got a little bit of a cluster on the left side, but I think the 5 will go, Josh, I think, down the rail.
Well, yeah, probably, but the thing is to get position, for the same pocket as the 4 ball will be tough. So he's probably looking more into bumping into the 5. Or what you also could do is just hold the cue ball there and play a sharp safety behind the 6. So sometimes you should play like little shots, but more effective. So don't risk too much, just be in control, and sometimes a better safety is better to be more aggressive.
Yeah, definitely. He does have a little bit of angle. He might be able to draw it up if he's playing quite comfortable in the long shot, but he might be taking... he's trying to move it maybe.
Yeah, that was the risk because the angle wasn't big enough. If he would have had more angle, he would have get a better result, definitely. Like he would go into the 5 ball. So, but I would have done probably just hold the cue ball there, maybe play the 5 in the top right corner, or just as I mentioned, the safety behind the 6. So now he's in a tough spot. I don't know if he can get the cue ball up table without touching the 6 ball, but if he can do it, then it could be a good safety as well.
Yeah, it looks pretty close. You see, he's not touching, so he might be able to bend it a bit, but I think he's going into the 6 ball. He's trying to judge the angle off the 6, maybe.
6 ball, corner pocket.
Yeah, he called the 6, but I don't know. He could scratch on the side, but he barely touched the 6, which is, he left the open shot.
Yeah, so it was a bit of a first chance there. It wasn't ideal, but it was a chance to take control, and it's passing back to Konrad. And I've commented on a few of his matches already this week, and he played some incredible speed. He beat somebody 8-0 in a blink of an eye. Doesn't hang around Konrad, just makes his mind up and shoots pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, the only results I really was looking was in the straight pool, and he was really dominating all his matches, and he also was up like 70 or 84-0 against Snigoki, and then Snigoki just ran 100 to beat Conrad, so he got out of the straight pool without doing anything wrong, actually. But this is what straight pool can do to you when you play someone who is capable of running a lot of balls, so. But yeah,
Definitely.
That was definitely a great, yeah. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, I was just going to say, I think he also won a big straight pool tournament a few years back in America. So he's a very good straight pool player.
Yeah, he won the American straight pool, which is basically the biggest straight pool tournament we have every year. So yeah, he's a good straight pool player as well. But
Yeah,
the shot,
these pieces, nice.
yeah. I mean, the opening shot on the 5 wasn't easy at all, but he just played it by perfection and get the first rack.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously you're favouring Stefan. Hopefully do well, but do you think it's a bit much of a task, or do you think Stefan has got just as good a chance to beat him in this format, in this tempo format?
I personally think just go, by Stefan's game right now and the results he had. Of course, there's pressure after you've been in a couple of finals already, and you're still waiting for the title. It's always hard to be in the chair, but well, I don't know. He plays Conrad and he knows exactly that he has to play super, super well and break well. But Stefan also has one of the best 10-ball breaks. Like, we play with the break box, which makes it a break tougher. But he got a really, really super strong break and controls the 1-ball actually pretty good.
Yeah, so let's see how Stefan breaks after break from outside the break box. And there is a shot clock in action of 35 seconds for regular shots, but they do have a 60-second shot clock after the break with the 25-second extension. It's a pretty good break. Kept the cue ball in the center of the table, but nothing really worked there.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the way he broke, you couldn't do it any better actually, because he hit it square. The cue ball was controlled, just got a kick from a ball, but didn't make a ball. This makes the break box break tougher, because sometimes still when you hit them square, you don't make a ball. So that's why they did the break. So it's not that easy as without a break box.
Yeah, definitely makes it a bit more interesting on the break for sure, instead of the straight down the middle. But just trying to find some cover here. Do you think he'll play off the right side of the 1-ball? Maybe he has bridging awkward over the 10, but he's pushing out first.
Yeah, I like the push out, because he was also above the 10-ball, and it's always tough when you have to play like a full table ball. So I do like that shot. And what I would do now is playing on the left side of the 1 and get the cue ball towards the 9, and then you have the 2-5 where you can cover the 1-ball.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check your outfit first before meeting your girlfriend's family.
That's a tough one to recover from, Steve.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
The National Women's Soccer League. It's jaw-dropping, record-breaking, unstoppable action. The NWSL is changing the game. Racing Louisville FC versus Gotham FC. Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
When we have the food we need, we are at our best. We push further. We rise higher. We unlock our full potential. When we are at our best, we have more to offer the world around us. When we have the food we need, we make our communities stronger. Together, we can help everyone get the food they need to thrive. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
That is crazy.
I've never seen anything like this object on the roadshow, and I've been doing it 21 years. That's unbelievable.
At Amazon Photos, we know that every moment is worth saving. That's why we offer unlimited full-resolution photos storage with your Prime membership, plus 5 gigabytes of video storage. Download the app now.
Slow roll, maybe, Josh, is that what you're thinking, rather than pace?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the only risk you can, you do have is making the 9 ball. But besides that, I don't see it. Yeah, that's why I gave it back, because there's a little risk to make the 9 ball. But maybe Conrad sees something different. I think he called the 9 ball, though.
Definitely called something. He's playing your shot. Good call.
Yep.
Maybe a kind of cushion first, maybe. You can definitely hit it. Yeah, there's some value going cushion first, I think, Josh, yeah, because if he makes it, there is a 2-9 combo, potentially.
Yep.
That's calling.
Oh, he's looking to hit the 1 ball square and stops, like, little draw behind the 5 to cover. And he played it so well. Look at the 1 ball he called on the side and almost made it. What a great shot. Wow.
Yeah, very well judged. Very good shot indeed. So he's got a bit of it. Maybe a 3-wheel kick here, possibly. Josh, do you think you can catch this 1 ball from behind? I'm not sure if the angle's there. Catch it from the backside and send the cue ball up towards the 9, if that's on.
8 ball, side.
Yeah, he definitely needs to, get in between the 10 and the 7. Like the short cushion from the side rail he's playing on, and then catch the 1 ball. Yeah, just hit this. It was a tough shot, but actually he was definitely the favorite to hit that ball, because nowadays the kicking and safety game is so big, especially when you play 10 ball with the side break. The layouts are much tougher than on a normal break, so there's more safety games actually.
Yeah, and they've all had time on the main TV table. It does play a little bit different, but they're all pretty comfortable with this new equipment and this new arc table. And correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, but I'm sure you mentioned, did you test this new table for Predator? And do you have this one in your training facility?
No, we do not have it. We have the Apex table in our training facility, but we did try the table like, I'd say a week or 10 days before the first Euro Tour.
Yeah, it looks very nice indeed.
I mean, the most important thing about the table is that it plays consistent. And when I played the Euro Tour every day, it played really, really well. So that's the most important thing about the table. When it's not consistent, then it's hard for a tournament table. When it stays like consistent without bouncing anything or bad rolls, then it's always a good table and a good sign for a table.
Yeah, and this one's been extremely good. It's going for the 3 fouls, I think. Yeah.
Oh really? Oh, is he not playing? Ooh.
Maybe he's going.
I'm not sure. It looks like the save. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going for the 3 fouls. Oh, and that little nudge on the 8 ball makes it interesting. On the 10 ball, sorry.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, the good thing for Stefan now is that the cue ball, I mean, the jump shot above the 5 is covered by the 9, so because otherwise he could easily jump over the 5 ball to hit the 1. But yeah, the kick is super interesting because he has to get in between the 4 and the 8 to hit the 1 ball, so it's a tough shot. And of course, he's on 2 fouls as well.
Oh,
wow,
what a good shot. Yeah, that was a good shot indeed. That was very, very tough. But still control to Stefan. He needs to find another good shot. I'm not sure he's going to take this aggressive from this position. Try to get another hook somewhere. Maybe he tries to bring it. What about below the 7 ball? I'm not sure if that will.
Yeah.
Next to the 6. Yeah, definitely the corner.
Yeah, he left the gap, so Conrad does see. It's just can he see like the left side of the 1 and get the cue behind the 5 and the 9, like stuck the cue somewhere there? Or does he have to cut it?
Yeah, is he going back for his jump cue?
Okay. He doesn't see the full ball. So he will cut the one ball to the left side. Get the cue ball, 2 reds behind the balls. The speed looks good. No.
Might have an edge. Might stick this out a little bit. Yeah. It's interesting you said before, Josh, about the 9 being over the pocket. If he plays that kind of thin edge again, there is a risk he might push the 9 in, but it might be a bit low on the pocket for that. No, it could be on.
So now, what he will play is playing the 1 ball into the short cushion, try to hit the number full, and then get the cue ball back, because the 2 and the 5 are the big blockers, and he does make the 1 because he cut it too much. I don't think if he did call it or not. I don't think he called it now.
No.
So what he could do, if he does see the 2, he could make the 5 of the 2.
Yeah, Karam.
I think he will go for the shot. Yeah. It looks promising, actually.
Yeah, play it slow enough so he can have a shot on the 2 in the opposite corner.
Oh.
He's missed that. Yeah, that was a pretty good chance to pot that. I felt Conrad won, but he could be in trouble here. Again, in another safe behind the 5 ball.
Yeah.
Bit of safety in this opening rack. It's nice to see a little bit of chess. See who can actually get the best opportunity. It's definitely about this 2 ball now.
I mean, the game is big anyway. First, he could be down by 2 racks and lose on his own break, because we do play alternate break, which puts more pressure on your own break. So if you do break your opponent by the game, then you have a better advantage through the game.
Yeah, Conrad keeping it tight here, making it more complicated for Stefan, giving him a few more headaches to think about. But I think that just encourages another safety shot as well. Not that he couldn't do much, because it was a very difficult kick anyway.
Yeah, I do like the choice. I do like the choice to put the 5 and then into the 9. So Stefan has no chance actually to run the game. And now he will try probably to get the cue ball behind the 10.
Time. Extension.
Yeah, he's got to be thin.
I call this extension, so makes the things more interesting due to the end of the rack, because he has no more extension.
Yeah, it's a good call. And I think obviously 8 ball, 9 ball, 10 ball kind of shot clock is quite normal, common these days, but we did have shot clock in the straight pool as well. Joshua, what's your take on that one? I mean, you're pretty quick anyway, but in terms of a general shot clock in straight pool, what's your thoughts on that?
I think in straight pool the shot clock is fine. I think an 8 ball can be tricky at times, but straight pool is actually a game because you have so many options that makes it probably a bit more tougher. But when you play the game more often, then you know how to choose your the ways what you want to do, which key shot you're going to leave and stuff. But when you don't play the game as much, then the shot clock can get you.
Yeah, exactly. It's been quite well received. Hasn't really caught many people out too much. A few times in a jump shot, you see them running back to the table to grab a jump cue or make a change, but generally it's been well received, and it was pretty good in the straight pool as well.
I'm the voice inside your head.
And while you're typically athletic, right now, Brick, you're pathetic.
Shank.
And if you don't have the right auto coverage, the cost of this could hit you out of nowhere.
Love is a lesson that doesn't end. It knows no conditions, so you better buckle in. Love keeps you on your toes. It never stops, only grows. Love isn't easy. It's a commitment. especially when they're being their most resistant. Love is being prepared for the journey ahead. Love doesn't let any concerns go unsaid. Love is finding the right seat so you can take a breath. But remember, love isn't lax. It always double checks. Check that your kids are in the right seat at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Love protects.
It's a voyage of discovery.
What's at the core of all these things that only humans do?
And for that, they had to break the rules.
Very well. I've seen some of her games. I'm sure she'll be over the moon with that win.
Yeah, I think compared to last year, she definitely played a better straight pool than last year. She ran more balls, like in general. The breaks were higher than last year. Also in the final, she played like a 42 in the race to 75. It's a big thing in the first inning. So, wow, what a great shot actually that was.
Yeah, it was unlucky. He's trying to move the 5.
So the question is the bank shot available? If so, he probably will go for it, but I'm not sure. Otherwise, he would just leave the cue ball on the short cushion and get the cue ball down table. Yeah.
He could be in trouble again, potentially, depending on what Stefan wants to use it. That 9 ball looks quite inviting if he wants to try and drag the cue ball. Put it behind there.
Yeah.
You prefer more of those shots, Joshua, of dragging it and playing it along a ball like that? Would you prefer to play thin edge and go around the angles?
No, I would like a soft stop shot. Like you aim for a draw, but play it a little softer than a draw, so you end up playing a stop shot, because then you can get the 5 ball down table and the 9 ball. Because if you just play the edge, you leave the 5 ball, closer to the cue ball and leave an easier kick. But sometimes the risk with that shot was that he probably makes the bank and hooks himself on the 6. That could have happened, so that's why he chooses that shot and played an unbelievable good safety actually. Now Stefan has the big chance to get the rack. It's just how you're gonna play the 5 to avoid the 9. Maybe go in between the cushion and the 9, or you just play with inside, which is a tougher shot for sure.
Yeah, I think maybe behind the 9's not a bad call, because the 6 can go in the bottom right corner if he can just control the pace.
Yeah, he judged it very well, but just the angle now is
a bit steep. Yeah, might be able to miss the 8 and just draw off the side rail back out to the center of the table. Maybe. Not sure if that 9 ball is a hamper. I think he's okay.
Oh, yeah, he's okay. Yeah, good shot.
Yeah, nicely done. I have to say, he was in control of this rack and he battled hard, and he's got his rewards. He had to try and get this back to 1-1.
Yeah, what he should try now to be, stay on the left side of the 9, but it looks like it bounced out of the cushion maybe. He's not, he went a bit too far on the 8. If he's straight on the 8, then it's going to be tricky. I think if he's straight, he draws a little back to the center and then, plays it with bottom left, draws into the short, long cushion and comes down to the 10. Yeah. But now he went too far again, so he has to go either with inside 3 rails, or he draws it, get, behind the side pocket and then comes to the short rail, play the 10 ball in the bottom right corner. Looks like he goes 2 rails. Yeah. Good shot.
Very good. Yeah, he judged it well. So, yeah, he was able to battle hard in that good safety battle. It's nice to see. You do get that in 10 ball, just because of the volume of balls and the breaks. Sometimes can leave a bit messy tables, if you like. But, yeah, Stefan gets to 1-1. And I believe it's back to Conrad's break.
Yeah.
Or did Yeah, exactly. Conrad's break. But yeah, so what's the? You obviously attended the event, Joshua, for this one, but you didn't actually join in the Euro Champs this year. Was there just a conflict of schedules, or just something that was preventing you from playing this time round?
Yeah. So let's see if he can make the one of the wing balls on the side, because on the first break he couldn't. So the 8 ball came too high, but the 7 ball
6
almost
ball.
made it. He made the 6.
Gosh.
Oh, maybe he got lucky and can play the combo. Oh, it's a tough shot.
Yeah, it's not ideal. I mean, it's makeable, but it's not really something.
I think it depends on the distance between the 1 and the 7. If he can still, yeah, he does go for it. Because he's a straight pool player, he knows a lot of combination shots, because when you play straight pool, you always have the cluster in the on the rack, and then you most likely end up playing more combos than you usually do, and you're going to learn more about combination shots and be more precise. And he did make, wow, good shot, good speed. Look at the 1 ball, does it? Oh,
That was very unlucky. Try to judge it to get the 1 ball across the table. That could have been a really nice shot. Does have a cross bank on if he wants to avoid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool. Would you play into the 8 ball here, Joshua, and just try to hold the 2 maybe?
No, I think he just plays center ball and get a cue ball like 2 rails past the 8. Yeah, like that. Just like that.
Nicely judged. We're using a 3 for another combo, potentially, depending on how thin this 2 ball is. Play a 2-5 combo maybe.
I mean, the key thing is how he's playing the combo first, and then getting shape on the 4 ball. This is going to be interesting.
He's coming back across.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah, the 4 ball